That makes sense. Well, that's how many I need to handle the floor traffic and internet leads. That would make sense, right? Who's counting that traffic? Sales, who said that? Salespeople, right? What's enough? Was he not a service? Right? What was that guy? Kmart, his wife's next, right? Who's counting it? And what's enough? What's enough? I can't make my decisions. As a dealer to buy a bigger boat, I cannot make my decisions based on what my salespeople agreed or anybody else. Sorry, John. I've known him 20 years. Right? Are we going to get a bigger boat, Doc? Oh, come on.
The boat's big enough.
I can't make my decisions based on what my employees are telling me. Come on. I just can't do it. I can't be into that thing. All right?
Craig?
Yes.
I have a question.
Shoot.
If you, because something that we did, which is a little bit unorthodox for most stores, is we're in a college town, so I hired a bunch of part-time lot counters that do count my traffic.
Great.
And when I first took over the stores, they said, I asked them, what do you estimate your traffic is? And I got the typical 400 or 500 ups a month, and we're closing at 40% bullshit.
Right.
And when I hired these counters, we actually were getting 1,100 to 1,200 ups a month. So that's got to be a valid. I mean, isn't that something that does need to be taken into consideration?
Absolutely. If you can manage that. If you can manage that, we had the opportunity to do a lot of recruiting for Tobin Dodge, King of Cars. Mm-hmm. All right, and I don't know if anybody saw the TV show. It looked like everything was run by the seat of the pants chopper. That place was dialed up, man. They had ex-Marine, former Marines out there counting traffic. Okay, that was their main thing. So they were totally locked into it.
Well,
some
they
situations
get paid per up. I mean, they gotta log those ups. So anyhow, does that have to come into the calculation of how many people you would want?
It could, but I'm still going to push the envelope. I'm still going to push it. Because those 1,100 ups can turn into how many more. If I know where my margins start to diminish, I can buy more inventory, I can spend more on marketing, I can put on another manager, I can put on another shift, and my traffic's going to go up. And I'm going to make more money. You read the top one.
Hey, calling about a job I saw online?
The job you saw online? Really? What job's that? Receptionist, right? Receptionist answer the phone, right? I'm calling about the job I saw online. Really, what job's that? The receptionist? Right? Shouldn't we let our people know if we're looking to hire people? Yes or no? Right? Right? Here, Scott, read that one.
A good point to that, Craig, is it could have been somebody that was responding to a sales ad, but just wants to be a receptionist. What's that do?
Right? Or the receptionist doesn't know we're hiring salespeople. We're not hiring salespeople. What ad? What? Let everybody know what we're doing.
Hi, I'm here for the job opening.
Okay, we'll go ahead and fill out this application, and the manager will be right with you. Fair enough?
Fair enough. I'm done. Are you ready to read it?
It's 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You guys have gone into dealerships. What do I tell you to do to go see an owner or a manager? When the receptionist says, I'll go ahead and page them for you, what do I tell you guys to do?
Just go.
Just go. Because what's the owner going to tell you or the manager? Tell the guy to have a seat. How long are you going to wait? Forever. Your internal customers, your potential salespeople, service techs, service advisors, F&I managers, whatever you need, porters, I don't care who it is, if you keep them waiting, that was 30 seconds, seemed like 9 hours. If you keep them waiting, they're leaving. I need a job, man. Give me a shot. But treat me with respect, and I will do anything for you. Anything. But respect me. You ran an ad. Help me, and I'll help you. Go. Benefits of working at the dealership. Mr. Barris talked about Rob Winters. There's talent in every area, isn't there? There's talent everywhere. John, we were talking at the, what was it, general session. You got a couple guys that come through, you know, that came through our process that are managers in your store.
Just the last 2 years, I've got one that's a floater, closer, fill-in desk manager, and I just promoted one of the guys to a finance position. That's doing he's running unbelievable numbers.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Let's look for them. I'm going to show you how to get them here in a minute. What's the benefits of working at your dealership? What's the benefits of working at a dealership? Let me tell you a real quick story. Years ago, we did a dealership in Virginia Beach. I forget the name. We probably shouldn't even mention it anyway. We go down to Virginia Beach, right, and we call a dealer and we say, what's so special about your dealership? Why should somebody work and sell cars at your dealership? What makes your dealership unique? Why you work there, right? Now, you would think that those are good questions, yes or no? Right? You would think it would elicit good, and that's how we build their ad. To motivate, that's the hook. All right, and I'm going to go, and it's funny, I'm going to show you the numbers that are similar to Grant's earlier this morning. But that's the hook to get him in there. So we do this thing with this dealer. First time we've ever been in this dealership. We get there, the trainer calls and says, guys, this place is unbelievable. They've got a showroom that's amazing. It's like the F&I office. It's a storefront of a bank. Right? The manager's office is the sheriff's office. Right? There's kiosks everywhere. The kids' playground looks like Disney World. There's a lake outside with paddle boats for people when their cars are for service. This place is unbelievable. The dealer didn't tell us any of that. Would that be a good help wanted ad, yes or no? Is that somewhere you'd like to work? If you were looking for a position, I would. No, I don't want to get back into retail, thanks. HR policies, real quick. We got an HR expert here, so I gotta be careful what I say. But really, you gotta get them through HR. Is HR a problem at your dealership? Okay, because here, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you take a week to 10 days to run somebody through a drug test, background check, and DMV, that person was looking for what before you contacted them? They were looking for work, they're gone, they're a memory. You lost a potential Rob Winters, the guys that are managers in your store, the guy that just, one of your top recruits, been selling cars for 4 months, did 22 vehicles last month, led the board, right? You'd lose that guy. If you take a week, 2 weeks to run through HR, HR is important. You must drug test them. You must background check them. You must make sure their DMV is clean. Although the guy we're talking about, his DMV was dirty, he doesn't have him drive cars, and he sold 22 cars last month. But he hired him anyway. Judgment call. Okay? Didn't put him on the insurance.
Correct to that point too, is that we only started doing background checks and drug testing probably about 2 years ago in the Chevy store, just to go when people found out that we did that. 2 salesmen and 1 F&I guy did not even apply.
I'll see you after lunch. But get them through HR, guys. You understand what I'm saying? Get them through HR quickly, or they're not going to wait around for you next. How to write an effective help wanted ad. This is the meat of the matter. Take notes. Your job title is really important, right? Auto sales, no, get rid of that. They're not looking for auto sales. I don't think you want people that are looking for auto sales unless you're looking for an experienced salesperson. If that's what you're looking for, that's fine. Sales representative is the most searched term on the internet. Sales representative, ABC members, entry level. Right? You'll get more searches in your online help wanted ad. You guys write that down? Do you get it? Okay, real simple, but that's what you got to do. The description of the ad has to have tons of keywords in it. Tons of keywords in it. I'm going to get, in the next slide, we'll get to here in a minute, I'm going to show you some things you should add to it. But it's got to be rich in descriptive words about your dealership. Paint a picture in your dealership. Do we all have a story about a forklift operator who's making $33,000 a year, not selling cars, he's making 90, yes or no? Whatever, right? Right? Would that make for a good ad, help wanted ad? Put him in there? Hey, my name is Craig Lockhart. I was a forklift operator. I wanted a career. I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I went to work for Steven Toyota, and last year I made $90,000, and so can you. Is anyone going to answer that ad? You bet. All right? I want to put tags in there. What you tag, the way you tag that help wanted ad is absolutely imperative. It's going to get read. Former military. Former military. I'm going to talk about it more here in a minute. Former military. Former military. Former military. And we got to get former military in the room. All right? Those good people having the show them for, yes or no? You bet. Followers and leaders. Give me 20 of those and I'll beat everybody's brains out in this room. Right? I want customer service people, retail, sales, mortgages, real estate. I want to load that thing up with keywords that'll get read, that'll get pulled. Categories with career builders. Who uses career builder? Your help on ads, right? There's different categories you can put them in. Why put them in automotive? Unless you're looking for somebody with experience, experienced F&I guy, you want to put it in automotive. But if you're looking for inexperienced people, why put it in automotive? It makes no sense. Sales, yes. But I want to go into other categories. I live outside of Atlantic City, New Jersey. If I want to look for people in Atlantic City, New Jersey, what do you guess? What would you guess? What category would I use? Hospitality. What'd you say? Jones Club?
Gambling.
Oh, gambling. Hospitality, construction work. There isn't a guy, there's no buildings being built in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Right? So construction workers out of work. I want a bunch of those guys. I want a bunch of them. All right, so I'm going to put them in those categories on Career Builder. You get to pick 3 with every ad, and you can reuse that ad. Whose dealership has a career tab in here? They have a career tab. Okay. When you get back, anyone ever heard of Indeed.com?
Through you.
Okay, Indeed.com. Indeed.com is the largest job board in the world. Way bigger than Career Builder. Career Builder, Indeed.com is called a job aggregator. Career Builder, Monster, all of them pay Indeed.com to post their ads there. I have a huge contract with Career Builder. My ads through Career Builder show up on Indeed. They buy space from Indeed. They're a job aggregator. Write this down. Look into what's called an applicant tracking system. ATS, it's called CATS. C-A-T-S. I think it's $75, $80 a month. I don't use them, okay? We use a different one called Sendouts, and I'm going to talk about applicant tracking systems here in a minute. But if you have a career tab on your website, get with your webmaster through this company, CATS. You can set it up where a job aggregator like Indeed.com or SimplyHired.com, anybody heard of them? They can pull your help wanted job right from the career tab of your company website, and you have an ATS system, and it's an applicant tracking system. What an applicant tracking system does, it takes all those resumes that come in, instead of David, them going to David at persuasiveconcepts.com, instead of them going to David in his email address, they come into this applicant tracking system. Then you create email letters to schedule an interview with these people, click it, and it goes out to 20 people all at the same time, 30, 40, 50. How many ever applied for the job? Then you can make up a template, a series, and I'll make all this available to you. All you gotta do, you guys are gonna get brochures and stuff on the way out. You contact me about any of this, I will spend hours with you. I will spend time with you on the phone going over this because there's so much information. But I will take the time, I promise you. Anybody, I don't care who it is. The ATS system will then track the people, they can schedule the interviews, you save all the data, schedule your interviews, then you always have that data. Let's say someone was interested in the job, applied for the job, but for whatever reason they couldn't pull the trigger right then and right now. Do you forget about them? Do you throw that app away or resume away? No, you want to save it. Here's a database where you can save it. So the next time you're running for that position, you have that person, bang, you shoot them out another email. It's all automated. It's a zero-brainer. It's a zero-brainer. It will make any of you that are heavily involved in HR at your dealership makes it an absolute no-brainer. All right, we use one called Sendouts, a little more expensive. But it's bigger because, we're dealing with, thousands of people a year. So to give you an idea, we have 500,000 people in our database just in that one applicant tracking system. So you won't have that much, so you don't need that much, but that CAT system will allow you to pull it right up. If you guys want to get hooked up with a company like Indeed, just email me, I'll forward you the information from Indeed. They're very cool. The cool thing about it is the pay per click. So you develop your own budget. You spend what you want to spend, all right? And it stops at that, per click. It's a very sweet deal. And I'll tell you what we pay and, on the side and, give you an idea where to go and how to do that. But you can get it done pretty cheap. Another place to post your ad. I own this site, okay? Now it's really important that you know this. I'm going to say this word 3 times. It's free, it's free, it's free. It's called Online Vet Jobs. Online Vet Jobs. You'll dig this. Online Vet Jobs. We created, this is David Johnson, great friend. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go through the whole introduction, but because I'm running out of time here. But Dave's a genius in social media, and he helps us. We retain him. David started an AutoMax training class 11 years ago, right? And now he owns his own business, so that's pretty cool. So we started Online Vet Jobs as a social cause because through a series of events, it absolutely drove me nuts that people were coming back from Afghanistan and so forth, and the unemployment rate was double for vets coming back. I think that's a travesty, and it has to be changed, and changed immediately. So we took it on as a quote-unquote social cause. Well, it developed into more than that, and we created a website, and I don't know if you know it or not, but you get taxes. As a dealer, you get tax credits for hiring veterans. It's all on this site. You guys can go, it's free. Go home, if you're looking for anybody, go home Monday, go on Online Vet Jobs, take 2 minutes to upload a job. Correct. Then you can share it to your Twitter account, your LinkedIn account, your Facebook account, Google, and Google+. Plus. Right, and we do that for you. Plus, we do that for you. But it goes to my LinkedIn account, my Twitter account, my Facebook account, which is okay because we have thousands and thousands of followers, but you can control it yourself, and it's free. Now here's a really cool thing. Online Vet Jobs is connected to the National Veteran Job Bank. So every job you put on that goes national, and then it's aggregated to Simply Hired, and it goes even further. And did I mention to you that it's for free? And you're hiring veterans. Do it, it's free. It's free, it doesn't cost you a thing, I own it, we'll do all the work for you. You just load up the job, we'll do the rest. What hasn't changed in Grant went over this. What's the top right say? This is what managers think employees want. Good wages, job security, promotion, growth, working conditions, interesting work, personal loyalty, tactful discipline, full appreciation for work done, sympathetic help with personal problems, feeling in on things. This survey is 60 years old. It's not 50, it's 60 years old. Guys, you'll have this PowerPoint when you leave. Next slide. This is what they really want. Where's wages? 5. They want to make money, but saying our top salesman earned $11 trillion last year is not going to get them in your store, especially Xbox guys, right? It's not going to. Full appreciation of work done. And how do you do it? You don't put full appreciation for work done in your ad. We really appreciate our top employees here at ABC Motors, and we'd like you to be one of them. We want you involved in our dealership because we're involved in the community. We want you equally involved. And we want you involved in our store and some of the decisions made in the store because our success equals your success and vice versa. That's how you write a help wanted ad. Sympathetic or personal problems. Hey, my kid's sick. My wife can't get off work. Well, can you? You're a car salesman. You got to be here bell to bell. Come on. Come on. That's your next superstar. That guy could end up being your boss someday. Come on. Give him some time. Job security. They want to feel secure. If you don't demo that guy, I'm going to blow you out of here. The last time I told you, how secure does he feel? This is an internal customer. These are very important people in your lives. Very important people in your lives. Next slide, David. The interview. I have our full scripted interview for you in what we're gonna hand out. Ernie's my general manager, everybody wave at Ernie. Doesn't he look like a guy smiley a little bit from Ernie has a bunch of stuff and all. I'm giving you, it's a copywritten interview. I'm giving it to you, you can use it. It's fully scripted. Okay, I believe in a fully scripted interview. The same interview to every person every single time. Okay? Because if you try to gas and go back and forth, you're gonna be all over the place. You're gonna be all over the place. Mostly people that are involved in sales. Help me with this one, Troy. Oh no, I'm going to save one for you. Hi, what's your name? Chris. Chris Craiglocker. So why'd you leave your last job, Chris?
Managed for morons, the advertising site, the inventory site, the pay plan site.
Did you know that was one of our sister stores, Chris? What's your name? I'm sorry. David Craiglocker. Thanks for coming. So, David, let me ask you, if I hired you, could you handle 55 to 70 hour work weeks and work some Sundays? Could you handle that if I hired you?
Sure, I'll do whatever it takes to earn the kind of money you put in help wanted ad.
Oh, you're talking about the money in the help wanted ad. Well, that's what our top guys make after they've been here a long time. What we're going to do with you is we're going to put you on minimum wage for the number of hours worked for the first few months till you get your feet wet, right? And you'll get your business cards in about a month. Sound familiar? Here, this one's for you. Hi, I'm Craig Lockard. You are?
Troy Spring.
Troy, nice to meet you. Troy Spring, owner of Dealer World. Top notch, man. Traditional marketing genius. So let me say, Troy, you're pretty cute.
Thanks. What are you doing later? What happens here stays here.
Wouldn't make you a bad guy. If I hired you, how'd you feel about a bunch of guys hitting on you all day? Just try to keep this clean. I tried to,
I think I feel good about it.
I mean, seriously, these things are said in car dealerships. And they've probably been said in yours. That's why Grant Cardone asked the question, why aren't there women selling cars? Why? Because people ask this stupid question. Right? Attractive woman, attractive woman, attractive woman. Those are all the girls I got in there, right? How would you feel? I mean, guys would say that to you if you came and applied for a job selling cars. Hey, look, nothing for nothing, but how would you handle guys hitting on you all day? I mean, seriously? That's the kind of place you run? You in that or what?
Who said?
Sir, if you wouldn't mind, read the red. So what makes you think you can sell cars?
Well, I like people and I like cars.
Great. How about working at a gas station? You see a lot of both, right? I mean, well, how many times have we asked that question? Right? And isn't the answer always the same thing, like people like cars?
Ask them that question a month later.
Right. How about sell me this pen? Sell me this pen. Well, unless you're in the pen business, that guy's going to screw that up. I don't want to make my decisions on that. Again, I have a full interview. You're welcome to it. It's 3 pages. It's very cool. It's quote unquote outside the box. It will tell you about the person. I want to know what a person reads. I want to know, Cardone talked about it. I want to know what a person eats. When he goes out to dinner, I want to know what kind of entree he orders or she orders. I want to know what they read. What's the last book they read? Right? If they watch porn, they eat McDonald's, and they read comic books, I probably don't want them at the dealership. Really, unless you're running that kind of store. And then you're good to go. Next one, please. Screening, very important. I know I'm running long here, I'm sorry. Screening, really important, right? Do people screen? You guys use screener? You guys use Wonderlic, Disc, whatever, right? One I highly recommend, Car Sales Simulator. Through a company called Hire the Winners, right? It's really good. It's are you guys familiar with this?
Yeah, I'll give them a little plug there too. I'm very familiar with it. It's great stuff.
It's amazing.
It's very cool.
Google it. Go online, Google Car Sales Simulator. It's a 3 virtual car deals that a job applicant can take online, and depending, the video is a salesperson. And there'll be a real life scenario, and then at the end of whatever's said, of multiple choice questions come up, and depending on how the applicant answers the question, it will direct the virtual car sale in a different direction. Then at the end of the deal, they'll either sell the car or not sell the car. There's 3 scenarios. One of them's bogus, you can't sell them. They're just a nasty customer, but they want to see how you handle that as well. It's the only thing I've ever seen that's actually 100% car related. This is good, Wonder looks good, this and that, and I can hook you up with this guy. He's an associate affiliate friend of mine. But it's the best. Now listen to this. Huh?
It's fun to take even.
It's fun to take. You guys should take it. It's really cool. It's going to come back one of 3 ways. Not recommended, recommended with reservations, or fully recommended. Recommended with reservations or fully recommended, there's a 60% or better chance that that salesperson will be at your dealerships 2 years or longer. Okay? What are our numbers now? Bad. Right? Now, let me say this about screening, and I firmly believe this. You cannot screen a person's heart. There's nowhere in Wonderlic or DISC or however you want to read any of these where you can understand my heart and what I'll do for you on your shoulder. You can't. You can't. There's no way. Tell me no, I'll go one step further. What do I got to do to be the best salesman in the place? You can't measure, nothing's going to measure. You can measure sales aptitude, you can measure intelligence, but you cannot measure my heart or my desire. You can't. It's impossible to measure that or screen that out. But I believe in screeners too. Make it part of your process, not your whole process. One-minute salesperson. You guys remember that book? If you haven't read it. Some of you younger guys, go buy this book. One-minute salesperson. It's a great read. In my opinion, the best quote in the whole book, the guy wrote Who Moved My Cheese as well. You guys should probably read that if you haven't. People don't buy our products, services, or ideas. They buy how they imagine using them will make them feel. Let me say that again. People don't buy our products, services, or ideas. They buy how they imagine using them will make them feel. What logical sense does it make to buy something for $30, $40, $50, $60,000 is going to be worth 20, 30% less in a week? Not much. Right? Fellas, you go to, I don't care if you go to JCPenney, buy a shirt for 15 bucks, put it on for the first time. How does it make you feel? Like $1 million, right? Ladies, you buy an accessory. You guys buy shoes? What are you talking about, Craig? I got some shoes, right? Now, if you buy the right size, right, do you need those shoes? You don't need them. You think you need them, don't you? You don't need those shoes. You buy them for occasion. With pocketbooks, same thing, right? There's the old pocketbook doesn't have a hole in it, but you buy a new one for occasion, season, right, or outfit. Yes or no? I don't know a lot about women, but I know that, right? You got a lot of them out of service that are still good, but they do it because of how it makes them feel. It makes them feel more beautiful, right? That's what motivates us to do anything. We have to understand that with our employees, that they're motivated. See, as human beings, we're motivated by 2 basic things, 2 basic emotions. Avoid pain, seek pleasure, unless you're a masochist. Avoid what hurts you, and seek what feels good to you. Make sense, yes or no? Say yes, right? So when we're dealing with a customer, as salespeople, what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about price? No. We want to talk about comfort is a what feeling? Convenience, is that a feeling? Right? Safety, is that a feeling? The manufacturers do it, it's all over the brochures, right? They're pretty smart guys. Let's zero in on that with our sales staff. Let's get off price, let's start talking about feelings. To go one step further with feelings, next slide please, David. I want to talk about keeping these people motivated. I want to talk about keeping them motivated. Guys, please write this down, and this is not promotional, this is just information. Go to YouTube, search car sales motivation, and put my name in, Craig Lockard. You'll see a video, it's got, I don't know, 5,000 hits or whatever it is. And it's about what I'm going to talk about next, but I'm going to cut time, so just take 5 minutes and watch this video. You'll get it. In my opinion, again, Cardone talked about it this morning on how to motivate your sales staff. And it's not cash spiffs and so forth. I get a guy that won't demo, I can threaten him, I can train him till he's blue, I can bonus and spiff him to the flippin' moon. But until I understand his real, what we call a why, and why that why is a must rather than a should, they won't do it. His real why could be a roof on his house. It might not be about money to him or her. It might be a new roof on the house. So I sit down at the beginning of the month and I say, what's your why? What do you need? What do you need? Second car, roof on the house, put money away at 509 for my grandkids, whatever the case might be. That's my real why. Okay, now why is that why a must rather than a should? Have we all said, I should do this and I should do that, I should do this and I should do that, I should do this and I should do that? You know what ends up happening? We end up in a big pile of should. And shouldn't all over ourselves. Right? So we don't want to do that. Why is it a must? Why must I have that new roof on the house? Why must I have that second car? If you can find that, ladies and gentlemen, from your salespeople, the guy that works behind a parts counter, your tech, your lot man, your dealership's going to go through the roof. The profits, the loyalty, the atmosphere of your dealership will change exponentially. If you understand their real why, what really makes them tick, and why that why is a must. You keep a folder at the desk. Guy comes over, taking for a demo drive? No, why? Oh, he didn't want to drive, he just rented one. You know, all the, you know, their excuse list they come up with, right? I bring out the why sheet. New roof, dude. Right? He's going to go make that demo happen. That's how you motivate any employee. Find out their true why in life. Write it down, tame the feeling, write it down, keep a copy of it as a salesperson. Go to that YouTube video. I'm almost done, guys. Did we change it? Rethink your training frequency. Daily sales training should happen, what room?
Daily.
Daily, right? That's why it's called daily sales training. But Craig, I don't have the time. I don't have the topics. If I have to hold a sales meeting every single day, they're going to turn into Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross meetings, right? Coffees for closers, my watch costs more than your car, you suck. Right? They're going to turn into those things. We don't want those. Those are demotivating. Your people will leave and you'll need to call AutoMax more often. Right? So let's, although I love you and appreciate your business, let's try to keep those people, let's stick and let's really, really train these people. Here's what we do, and we've done it a little bit here unbeknownst to you already. Let's have the salespeople hold the training meetings. What, Craig? Are you out of your minds? No. Who better than the people that it's actually happening to on the front lines to hold a sales meeting? Right? Come in. I don't have any topic. I don't have a topic. You guys are all salespeople, right? This has been a great sales staff, right? You guys come in the morning. Troy, Sean, guy Sean Stahl, Dave Hoyer, two AutoMax trainers, right? My oldest and my youngest. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, David. Sean, pretend you're a salesperson for a minute. Sean, you had a couple customers yesterday, didn't close either one of them. What happened on those deals? You care to share what problems you having on those deals?
Yeah, they keep saying they don't want to think about it.
They want to think about it. Anybody else, any other salespeople in the room have the I want to think about it situation? Right, David, what would you do in that situation?
I don't want to think about it as an excuse. What you have to do is you have to define the objection.
Define the objection.
Think about it, and it depends upon when it happens. But you can never overcome an excuse, but you can overcome an objection, so you need to define what they need to think about.
Right.
And then that's what you work on.
Okay, anybody else? Right, and then you keep going. Who's training it? Who's trained this? Did I get a lot of people engaged in this workshop, yes or no? All right, so who's really training this workshop? I'm facilitating it, but you guys are holding it. Have your salespeople hold your training meetings. We're not that smart to have 300 of them a year, but they are. How about if you asked your salesperson's opinion? Are they willing to give an opinion on everything? Right down to the gauge of the toilet paper in the men's and ladies' room, yes or no? So get them involved in the sales training meeting. Can they solve the problems better than you? Who are they going to listen to? One of their contemporaries or you? They think you're full of baloney and the business is way past you. John Whitaker, one of the greatest closers I've ever been around in my life. But I guarantee, now he's the owner. I guarantee you there's 20-year-old kids on his showroom floor that think it's past him. And he would blow their doors off. But I guarantee you there's guys that think that of John. So let them help handle the training. Make sense? Is it workable? Could you try it? What's the worst that can happen? Anarchy. No, I'm kidding. That would be bad. Is this mine or yours?
Yours.
Thank
No,
you.
no, not mine.
All right, well, I know you want it. Invest in a strong training program. I'm not talking about hiring Cardone, although that'd be good. John uses Cardone. I'm not talking about David Lewis, although he was pretty impressive. Right? I'm not talking about Verde or any of these guys or us or anybody else. I'm talking about investing your time. John, what do you do with the people after we're done with them, after Dave's done with them?
I put them through 1 week with me. and
1 week with who, John?
With me,
1 week with who, John?
with myself,
Right, and you are what at the dealership?
partner.
Okay, that's how important people are, right? No dealer ever trained me. You know who I got to follow? 5-Car Fred. Why? He had all the time in the world. And he did the donut runs and bought the cheesesteaks, right? So for the first couple months in the car, but I don't have that story where I was salesman of the month, first month out. Now I ended up selling 400 cars a year, but I started going to seminars and stuff and started reading and learning how to become a professional automobile salesman. But I was a 4-Car Frank because I was trained by 5-Car Fred. And 4-Car Frank, if you're not careful, is going to end up going down the street pretty quick. And he's going to be the assistant manager of Burger Doodle, making $35,000 a year when you started him out at 25 grand a year. I want to talk about split deals. You haven't followed 5-Car Fred, right? If you need help, raise your hand. We'll send help in, right? And I'm the veteran salesman on the staff. I'm the top guy at the dealership, right? And Jim's my green pea, right? And Ryan's a desk man. How's Jim doing on this deal? Does he need help yet? Does he need help? He needs help? I'm the coach, right? Jim, I got it from here, right? Why am I so excited about going in? Half deal, right? Now, we're training Jim to come for help when he needs help. Is that a good thing to do, yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Now, what am I doing when he comes for help? I'm taking half his money. All right? So the first time he's going, hey, I don't know any better, and then maybe if I can listen, Craig's really good, right? So, has Jim got another up? Does he have another up? Does he need help? I'm in, coach. I'll take care of this, Jim, right? He needs help. What's going to happen when I close the deal? He gets how much? Half, right? Anybody have a dog at home? Had him since he was a puppy? What would happen if every time you were teaching him how to house train him and to pee on the paper, if you kicked him or beat him? Would that be house training the dog, yes or no? No. Is he going to go over and pee on the paper? No, he's going to pee on your pillow. Yes or no? What are we training our salespeople to do? If you come for help, I'm going to take half your commission. Come on. Ain't right. Ain't right. Spiff him. Give me more money and give him more money. I go close his deal, I need more money. I don't want half a deal, I'm worth more than that. And he's got to know that he can come for help and it'll be a good thing for him. Give him more money for the first 30 days, not less. Switch it. It's bizarro. Did you hire him dead or did you kill him after you got him? Were these people dead when you hired them? Did you love them when you hired them? When you took delivery of that internal client, did you love them? They weren't dead then. What happened? Somewhere along the way, we killed them. We have to take responsibility for it. Hire them right. Motivate them. Train them. Give them tools. Love them. And if you do, they'll stick with you. Now, in saying that, hire slow, fire fast. Right? If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Don't let that mistake multiply. I'm way late, but are there any questions? Well, here, let me before I ask for questions, and I'm sorry for keeping you so long. I really am, but I appreciate it so much. Open invitation. You guys want to come to a train-to-trainer session? I'll give you all of this times days. All right? In the information that Ernie's got for you, he's got this entire PowerPoint. He's got the full interview, which I strongly urge you guys to look over. Just try it. Just try it. It's scripted. I think it's really cute. It's beautiful. A lot of other information in there. My business card's in there, okay? I'm real busy, but everybody in this room is an open invitation. Every single person in this room. If you want more information, how to do it yourself, call me. All right, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I will not pitch you, I will not try to sell you one thing. And that's hard to do because I'm a salesman. All right, but I want you guys to, you can do this, okay? You can do this. If you can't, we're there to help. but I will, it's free information, 100% transparency, okay? And that's the way the car business is going, is to be very transparent. I will give you all the help you need, okay? Don't abuse it, but I will give you all the help that you could possibly need. It has been my honor and a blessing to spend this time with you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all other people that were involved here. I'm sorry if I didn't give you guys enough time, but I really appreciate all of you. Let's have a yo clap. Whoa.